Hey everyone. Yeah, it's Wednesday, June 22nd. Yeah, I'm off today, even though I'm up early. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something. I know this was hashtagged several weeks ago, if not a month ago, so I want to talk about the whole Give Elsa a Girlfriend topic that came up. Nostalgia Critic even talked about it in his Disney Princess Theories or Conspiracies video he did, Doug Walker, that is. And I'm not really surprised that fans want to see this happen. I'm not even surprised that I can't pronounce her name right now. Indina Menzel, who's the voice and singing voice of Elsa, would support this idea as well because it would be hugely historic in a sense. Um, when, because when one thinks about Disney making a lot of history with their movie. We got our first African American princess, um, you know, in The Princess and the Frog. That was historic. Getting our first Polynesian princess in Mohana, I think. Um, you know, we've gotten with Sophia, and I guess more legitimately now with another character, we're getting our first Latina princess, even though she's not officially part of the princess line as far as we know yet. Um, so a lot has been, Disney has always been known for making history with their princess characters. With Mulan, it was the first Chinese princess character, even though she's not technically a princess in a sense, but she is. You kind of get the idea. So the question is, will Disney attempt fate again? Will they attempt fate by giving Elsa a girlfriend in the sequel to Frozen? Now, before the tragedy in Orlando occurred, um, I would have been one of those people, honestly, that would have said Disney would not do this. I'm one of those people that firmly believe or believed at the time that Disney would not, attempt to go in this direction because they're a family-oriented product. And true, they have shown same-sex couples here and there on their television shows, and they've even, I guess, with Finding Dora, kind of hinted at having a same-sex couple with their and Pixar's Finding Dora movie, as well as kind of did the same thing with Zootopia with Judy's neighbors in her new apartment complex. So Disney's not a stranger to sneaking in these kind of innuendos or pop culture or modern day references or anything like that. I think, honestly, when I look at the possibility that, Disney, that Disney could probably, end up doing this, I look at the fact that, again, before the tragedy in Orlando, I wouldn't have bet on it, honestly. Honestly, I think, you know, if, before that tragedy, I don't think Disney would have considered it. True, they would have applauded and shown appreciation at the fact that fans and even the voice actors for Elsa and Dina Menzel would want to see it happen, but they wouldn't want to chance it. But now, with the tragedy in Orlando, and the fact that Disney has donated a lot of money to the victims to the victims' families of this tragedy, the more I think about it now, I think more along the lines that it's probably a stronger possibility. I think with this tragedy that happened in Orlando, and it is a tragedy, it shouldn't have happened at all. No matter what you think of gay and lesbian people, it should have never happened. Um, I look at the fact that this is just going to motivate Disney as well. Well, not just Disney, but it's going to motivate those supporters of Give Elsa a Girlfriend to want to see it happen even more so, to show that, hey, times have changed. And you could think of, and you could think about certain people one way or another, but the truth is times have changed and this is why. So, I would not put it past Disney to probably consider it. Definitely put it under more consideration than ever before. Again, like I said, before the tragedy, I would have never said another thing about it. Oh, I don't think, well, not me, but I don't think Disney would have even thought about it, would not said a thing about it, would not even attempted to go there. But because of what happened, I truly believe Disney is going to strongly consider it even more so now to probably give Elsa a girlfriend, make history by making her the first lesbian princess or queen in this case for the sequel. But then again, like I said, even though Disney will put it under even more stronger consideration, and it's going to give the supporters of this petition, of this trend, if you will, it's going to even though give them more motivation, in a sense, it's still it still could be a risky bet. And what I mean by risky is there will be those at Disney that will want to do this now because they would want to show that, hey, we're with, you know, we're all for, the LGBT community. We're with them now after this tragedy, and they want to show it then they want to show the appreciation by doing this, by actually saying, okay, let's make history again. Let's make Elsa the first lesbian princess, or princess queen, or whatever you want to call it, queen princess. They'll want to do it as a tribute victims of Orlando. I know, I have a feeling, a lot of people at Disney would want that to happen. And again, that's why the hashtag GiveElsaAGirlfriend is going to gain more momentum. It's going to gain more motivation. It's going to make Disney strongly consider, hey, maybe we should do this. But even though it's going to have more firepower added to the fuel, or added to its punch, there are still those above, higher ups at Disney that, even though they'll see this petition, the motivation, the support for it grow massively, even more so, and even those at Disney, the animators and the storytellers and all that, the writers saying, hey, let's do it, let's show that appreciation, they still got to get the okay from the higher ups at Disney, those that have the final say. Because if those at Disney that have the final say come out and say, and decide that, yeah, it's a great idea, and it's a great idea, and it's a really, like, yeah, it's a great idea, and it's a real, great show of appreciation and all that, and tributing and honoring to these victims and all that, and to the LGBT community. They might come out and say, yeah, it's not, this is a nice idea and everything, and yeah, it'd be great to do, but we'll still looked at it as a wholesome family product. And if we attempt that, we might get criticism from everybody that supported us, that pretty much has felt that we would never cross that line with our Disney princesses. So, again, even though hashtag Give Elsa a Girlfriend is going to gain stronger momentum, stronger support, more motivation, more fire to the fuel is going to be added because of that tragedy. And even those at Disney that write the stories, animate, direct, what have you, might be in more favor of it than ever before. The final say goes to those people way above at the upper echelon of Disney. And they might come out and say, yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea to do, and kind of show, give tribute to the LGBT community as well as to the victims, honor the victims. But here would be the but here would be but here would be the brick wall, if you will, brick, or the ice wall, in this case, the frozen. The ice wall would be, them being portrayed in the eyes of a lot of people, a lot of groups and associations that are not in favor of LGBT. It, here you have that ice block of them being viewed as a wholesome family product that would never cross the boundaries with any of the primary Disney characters or franchises or whatever, that if they were to do that, they will get criticized. And they will be criticized, they will be patronized, or whatever you want to call it. They'll be looked at as hypocrites. And basically, a lot of people will look at the fact that, oh well, I guess they don't care about Walt's original vision for what Disney was supposed to be. And honestly, I don't. And honestly, it's that one big ice brick of a wall that Disney has right there that prevents any possibility of it maybe being finalized and happening. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, especially what's been going on lately. But with that said, you still have a lot of these associations and groups that support Disney, that are invested in Disney, that work with Disney, that are not in favor of the LGBT community, and they'll mostly look at Disney as being hypocrites if they were to decide to make the final decision of, okay, let's go. Let's make Elsa's love interest in Frozen 2 another female. Let's make her the first lesbian princess. So, to me, even though I believe that because of the tragedies in Orlando, that the motivation to make this happen is stronger than ever. The fire has been more fire, basically, to make this a reality, has been added to the fuel. And even those, I believe, at Disney that now want to probably do it in honor of those victims and as a tribute and show that they stand with the LGBT community, even those at Disney that write the stories, animate, and whatever, even though they may want to do it now, it's still that one big ice block that stands in front of them for making it a reality. And that ice block is all those other groups and associations that are associated and partnered with Disney and invested in Disney that don't particularly care for the LGBT community. So, will it happen? Only time will tell. But I believe, honestly, and this is coming from a born-again Christian. Okay, this is coming from a born-again Christian. I believe that with these tragedies in Orlando, this is going to get more motivation than it's ever had before. More steam, more fire to its fuel. That'll be its strong suit. That'll be its strong case. The only problem is making it a reality. And if they make it a reality, that'll be great. I guess, for Disney. There'll be a lot of people that will look at Disney differently. But again, it's that big ice block that stands in front of them. And that ice block being the people that are associated, invested, partnered with Disney that may not be in favor of the LGBT community. And part of that ice block too is the families that view Disney as being wholesome, as something they could take their kids to all the time, that if they cross that line, they may be in question of Disney's value. They may start questioning Disney's values. So, again, will it happen? We'll have to find out and see. I wouldn't put it past Disney to attempt it. They've snuck in a few LGBT references recently, so in some of the movies like Zootopia and in the movie with Pixar like Finding Dora, as well as the shows. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, if they can get over that ice block, that ice brick wall block, whatever that stands in front of them, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a reality. So really, that's all I could say about it. But will hashtag GiveElsaAGirlfriend be a success, especially now that it's got more fire added to its fuel because of these tragedies? Or will it just fizzle out? We'll have to wait and see. So let me know what you guys think down below, though. Comment if you like. And do you believe hashtag GiveElsaAGirlfriend will be a success or a flop? Or do you up, even though it's got more fire added to its fuel because of the tragedies in Orlando.